What's going on, guys? Welcome to the channel, man. This is video number 2 of the new Divij Vaswani entrepreneurship, finance, and business channel. And today we're actually filming a video called asking people on Rodeo Drive how the fuck they make their money. But before we do that video, I want to share with you guys my thoughts on exotic cars and why I own a BMW i8, obviously with this ridiculous wrap. And I just got this right here, Tesla Model Y 2022 Performance. Absolutely incredible car. It's got the white interior. I think the gray looks fucking sick. The black kind of gets a little dirty, kind of like that one right there. And then there's also a Model Y over there and a matte black, which is pretty cool. But, you know, my question, before I started getting cars was like, yo, is this going to be a smart investment? Am I going to be wasting money? Am I going to be making my money back from certain things that I do with the cars? What are my payments going to be? Am I going to be able to afford it? Like, there's so many different questions that you have to consider when you're buying a brand new car. And so, you know what? I said, you know what? I'm gonna just buy the car, because at the end of the day, it's like, there's a few things in life that make you happy, right? And only you know that, right? For me, I love exotic cars. I love watches. I love music, and I love these certain things. And so for me, it makes sense, but for you, it may not make sense. But, you're probably like, Divij, like, I've heard Dave Ramsey talk about, I'm gonna get rid of this gum because it's hard to talk. You probably heard Dave Ramsey say shit like, why would you have a car payment, or, $2,000 on cars? Like, that's fucking crazy. Well, I'll tell you this, it's all relevant to what you make in terms of your income, right? So if you're making 100 grand a year, after taxes, maybe it's 60%, 60K, then you got your living expenses that puts you at maybe 2 grand a month. So you're actually only netting 35,000 before all your expenses, right? So is it smart to pay 2 grand a month in car payments? Probably not, because guess what? Each of these cars, right? This BMW i8 2016 is about almost $1,050 per month. In that one right there, it's a lease. This one's actually a finance. This one's a lease. This one is about $1,000 a month. So total, it's about 2 grand in car payment. Plus, you got to think about other things, right? Insurance, gas. Well, for this one, supercharging, right? And so for this car, the gas is actually pretty good. But what I will say is the insurance for these cars is pretty outrageous, right? So it's about $400 a month total for both of these cars. So if you do the math, right, that's about 5 grand a year in just insurance payments. And then you got to think about parking, right? Each of these spots is $150. So it's like $300 a month in parking. That's $3,600 a month. So already, not even including the car payments, I'm at about $8,000 or $8,500 a month, which is a lot of money, right? Especially when you're only making 100 grand, gross before all your expenses. So, then you factor in the car payments. So that's $2,000 plus $800 a month, $8,000 a year plus $24,000 a year in payments. So these two cars are costing me about 32 grand every single year, not including gas, right? So is it a smart investment? I don't think so. Probably not. But my kind of like thought on it, just to kind of slow it down here, is it's all relevant to how hard you work, right? So for me, I'm working all day long, kind of nonstop, running Division Media. And so when I'm not at my desk or not on the phone or not texting or not emailing, I want to kind of like enjoy my life, right? And that's kind of why I have these two cars, is because I just, when I'm not on, on my desk, I want to be happy. You know what I mean? And I want to have fun, and I want to, join car clubs. There's a lot of actual perks that come with having nice cars. You get to go to certain car meets. It's almost like a key or like a token into certain groups of people, right? And so sometimes those relationships are honestly more valuable than the cost of the car itself, right? So if I'm paying, let's say, $32,000 to $35,000 a year for these two cars, but I go to a car meet where only BMW i8 people, who own a BMW i8 are allowed to attend, and let's say I close a deal and that deal brings me 200 grand a year. Guess what? It's paying for the car and 4 or 5 times over, right? So like, it's all a mindset thing, and all kind of just depends on what you want to achieve. And so for me, it's like, even when I'm not doing well in business, which again, business is a roller coaster, ups and downs. But even when I'm not doing well, I will still go buy a new car, because that pushes me to fucking have to excel and have to exceed my potential, right? So like, if I have the stress of car payments, it actually makes me go harder. And it actually makes me want to work even more. And then I start achieving more. And it's like this like weird mindset of like continuous growth. And it took me years, right? It took me years to build that mindset. But what I will say is, if you are wired like that, if you are wired as an entrepreneur, this may not be a bad thing for you, right? So is it the best financially? Probably not. But if you're wired as an entrepreneur and that's just how you work as a human and how you function, then absolutely you should go buy 2 cars, 3 cars, 4 cars, whatever the fuck you want to do, right? So also check this out, man. That's a beautiful whip. What the fuck? Crazy. Let's look at this one real quick. So sick. I think that car, it kind of looks like a cockroach, you know what I mean? But it's still fucking dope, right? And then right there, you got my BMW i8. You got the 2022 Model Y. Gorgeous cars. But man, I hope this video was helpful because I always wonder, and you know, people always ask me, like, yo, like, why do you have so many cars? Like, is it worth it? And my answer is, for me, yes, it's worth it. For you, you know, only you can answer that question. But at the end of the day, I'm happy, man. I love my cars. I probably will get a 3rd car pretty soon. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna get, but maybe not. Maybe we'll just have these 2, right? Because honestly, a lot of maintenance costs with these things. That's the other thing to think about. So when I say $35,000 a year, it's really another $5,000 to $6,000 in maintenance costs that you have to think about. You know, maybe not that high, but at the end of the day, cars make me happy. So that's it, man. Make sure you guys subscribe. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We're gonna be filming a new video later today called Asking People on Rodeo Drive what they do for a living. And if you have any questions on cars, business, finance, entrepreneurship, real estate, any of that stuff, hit my line. And that's it for this video. Make sure you guys subscribe, smash that like button, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.